Have you ever wondered why, despite all our modern knowledge, diets, and nutrition advice, people are still confused about what to eat? Today, I want to take you on a journey through history, biology, and personal experience to understand a very simple idea. Maybe we're eating far more often than our bodies are designed for. This video is not about promoting a fad or a trend, it's about going back to the foundations of human biology, understanding how our ancestors survived, and discovering how eating less frequently could actually improve your health, your energy, and even your lifespan. Imagine an engineer who designs a hybrid car to run mostly on electricity, but the owner drives it only on gasoline. Eventually, the car breaks down. That's exactly what we're doing to our bodies. We've designed eating habits around convenience and culture, not biological truth. We're surrounded by contradictory advice: keto, paleo, vegan, carnivore, intermittent fasting, the list keeps growing. But if humans have existed for 200,000 years, and modern agriculture only for about 10,000, isn't it obvious that our biology evolved under very different conditions than the world we see today? Let's strip everything down to basics, or first principles, like Elon Musk would say. Across decades of scientific research, only one intervention consistently increases lifespan across multiple species, from yeast, to insects, to mammals. And that is caloric restriction, or simply eating less. Not fancy supplements, not superfoods, just less food. So where did the idea of 3 meals a day come from? It turns out it wasn't biology, it was culture. European settlers imposed it on Native Americans, who originally ate whenever food was naturally available. If we look at hunter-gatherer societies, we see a pattern of feast and famine. People would eat large meals when they hunted successfully, then often go many hours, sometimes an entire day, without food. The Piraha people of the Amazon, for example, don't eat daily at all. They refuse to store food, preferring to live from nature directly. When we hear that Paleolithic humans lived only to age 33, it sounds like they were unhealthy, but that number is skewed by high infant mortality. Those who reached adulthood were muscular, strong, and metabolically healthy. Why? Because their eating patterns matched the rhythm our bodies are built for. Now let's talk biology. Every time you eat carbohydrates, glucose floods your bloodstream, insulin rises to clean it up. Your liver and muscles can store only about 270 grams of glucose. What happens to the rest? It turns into fat. Even worse, excess glucose causes glycation, a sticky, inflammatory process that damages cells, like pouring syrup into an engine. And here's the tricky part: high insulin blocks fat burning, so if you're always snacking or eating 3 meals a day, your body never gets a chance to burn fat. You stay hungry, tired, and dependent on constant food. Even highly disciplined doctors, like Peter Attia, have struggled with weight despite following the 3 meals a day approach. But after 10 to 12 hours without food, something amazing happens. Your body runs low on glucose and switches to a clean, stable fuel source, ketones, made from your stored fat. Many people think ketosis is starvation mode, but that's not true. The body has zero dietary requirement for carbohydrates. Your liver can produce all the glucose you need. There's even a documented case of a 456-pound man who fasted for 382 days on water and vitamins only and lost 276 pounds safely. This is how powerful fat metabolism is. Fasting isn't new. The Egyptians wrote about it nearly 4,000 years ago. Plato used fasting for mental clarity. Many ancient doctors called it the greatest healing tool. Today, modern science explains why. Fasting activates sirtuins, proteins that repair DNA damage. It supports neurogenesis, the formation of new brain cells. It may help prevent neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Intermittent fasting, like 16 hours of fasting with an 8-hour eating window, already gives these benefits. But what happens if you go one step further? I decided to try eating once a day, also called OMAD. The first 3 days were tough. My body kept signaling hunger, but by day 4, it clicked. I took a 50-kilometer bike ride just to test myself, and I felt strong the entire time. After 1 month, the results were clear. My energy stayed steady all day, my focus improved noticeably, hunger became rare, not constant. I felt mentally free, no more deciding what to eat all the time. Eating once a day didn't make me weaker, it made me better. Here's the takeaway: our bodies are designed for cycles of eating and not eating. We don't need to follow the clock. We don't need to follow cultural expectations. When we give our bodies time to clear glucose, burn fat, repair DNA, and reset, our health improves in profound ways. So explore fasting, question old habits, and learn to listen to the biology you were born with.